finally got him back. Wow. They just blew their whole budget, their whole animation budget, just right on that one sequence. Nice work.
This one is truly a handful. Ooh, up, 2, 3, 4. Ooh.
Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state? Let's see. He's emotionally all over the map. So his out-of-control emotions are in control of him, huh? Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause? Yes, so let's see what we can find. Sarge, can you hear me?
Ooh, is that you, Coralman Sykes?
I'm here. Now I want you to take a few deep breaths. Just try to relax. Try it with me. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
In, out, in, out.
And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Go on, just let it all out.
Ooh, all forces, attack!
That's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen. Whoa, we're getting a double emotion overload. We are surprised and scared.
Dad was still hanging around after he got kicked out, Win. I heard more fighting. I got worried about Papa. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room and Papa grinning with delight. That's when he must have been killed. If only I hadn't passed out.
What is this? Weapon. I feel like this flame is important. Flames. Got it! That's it! Sarge, you were overcome with shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you?
Was I?
Yes. Just 6 months ago, you and your mother were caught up in an arsonist's blaze. So it's no wonder you would be extremely scared of fire.
Yes, that does make sense.
Maybe, just maybe, your subconscious fear of fire was what caused you to withdraw from the world.
What do you mean, Coralman Sykes?
In the outside world, you were bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, heck, even the grill at a diner. Even if it's not that often, just the idea that you might see them grew bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out.
I think you might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes. Just thinking about them sends a chill down my spine.
Wow, things I take for granted.
Now I see. I was afraid. Afraid of the fire. Strange. I didn't even realize it myself.
About that fire, Sarge. Can you tell me what it was burning? Just stay calm and maybe something will come to you.
I'm starting to remember. It was that relic. That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire.
What? The orb was on fire?
Mm-hmm. It's still kind of fuzzy. But yeah, the orb was burning right in front of Papa. And there, in the flames, was Mama. Yes, now I remember. Yes, now I remember I saw Mama appear amid the dancing flames.
Wait, what?
Whoa. Mama's kind of hot. Dancing in those flames. Not sure why she's naked in those flames. But if that's how you remember your mom, you need a lot more therapy. Oh, what's going on here?
Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother? He might be confusing it with what really happened when his father died.
So let me guess. More therapy?
Yep, but this time, it seems there's an inconsistency in his statements. And I think we should be able to prove it with the evidence at hand.
I hope this inconsistency is the key to proving that the relic really is the Founder's Orb. So we're presenting evidence now.
Dad was still hanging around after he got kicked out when I heard more fighting and I got worried about Papa. So I left my room, but suddenly I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room and Papa grinning with delight. The relic was on fire and I saw Mama's face inside.
Info update.
That's when Papa must have been killed. If only I hadn't passed out.
Huh. So what do we present? Do we just present the relic itself? Because it's not on fire, and there's not a woman inside of it. Korean's national treasure. The doctor hid it in the ruins before his time. He hid it! He couldn't have had it because the orb was hidden somewhere else. So he couldn't have been killed while he had the relic. So it's actually going to be this one. Papa can't have been killed right then because he had time to leave and go hide the relic in the cave.
Objection!
Yeah, that timing doesn't work. Don't blame yourself, Sarge. After all, even if you hadn't passed out, the outcome would have been the same.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the time of death. Your father wasn't killed right after you left your room.
What? Explain yourself at once, Private Justice.
You said you saw your father burning the orb, right? But that night, he went out to hide it in a cave. So what you saw, Sarge, was something that happened before your father left to hide the orb.
Ah!
So you see, you didn't pass out right before he was killed. You passed out right before he left for the cave to hide the orb in the ruins within.
So, even if I hadn't passed out...
That's right. The outcome would have been exactly the same. That's because your father, Dr. Buff, was killed after he returned from the ruins. And therefore, Sarge, there's no need for you to blame yourself.
Oh, I see. Why does it make me feel any better? Private, just... Can you really say I bear no blame in this?
Why do you ask?
Because the truth is, if I hadn't engaged in my siege defense, Papa would still be alive.
Sarge.
Papa wished nothing more than for me to lead a happy, healthy life. That's why he quit his job and moved us out, away from the big city. But even then, I didn't have the courage to set foot into the outside world. And in the end, I failed to make Papa's wish come true.
We don't get a close-up on Phoenix, I guess. Because he's being a jerk. Sarge?
If you want to make your father's wish come true, if that's what you really want, Then who's to say it's too late? Why don't you take the first step? Now.
My first step?
That's right. You can cast off all your regret. You can stop standing still and start moving forward. You have the power within you. I know from experience. I know what it's like to feel like you do. But only you can decide to take that first step.
If you don't change your tactics now, Sarge, the victory you seek in the war you're waging will always lie beyond your grasp.
I think I understand now. I've made up my mind. As of this moment, I will suspend my siege defense indefinitely.
Oh no. Huh?
Sergeant Buff, reporting for duty. What?
I thought you were a guy! You're definitely not the gruff drill sergeant I envisioned!
Well, my mama was in the Russian army.
I was just as shocked, but it certainly explained a few things when I found out, too. You already knew? May I introduce you to Miss Army Buff, age 12. No way.
Careful, soldier. Don't forget I can blow you away at a moment's notice. She's too cute.
So, have you always been in a wheelchair, Sarge?
Negative. Only since I was injured. In the fire.
Your voice sounds awfully different from before.
My drone features a voice modulation device. It's just one of my army's many technological marvels.
Well, you fooled me. I thought some 20-something military fanatic without the controls.
If it's all the same to you troops, I'd like to continue my testimony. I've just remembered something, and it's as crisp and clear as a trumpet at roll call.
Well, what did you remember?
It wasn't my mother who appeared in the burning orb. It was some lady Papa had shown me a picture of a long time ago. He said it was the Holy Mother, the founder of Koreanism. She appeared right there, right in the burning orb.
Huh? What did you just say? That's very specific and it looks very bad for Phoenix. The faceless Holy Mother.
Bye-bye!
Discord complete.
The Holy Mother of Koreanism was in the burning orb? What does that even mean?
I have a bad feeling about this. Could it be? Could this explain what Sarge means by the Holy Mother appearing in the burning orb? Oh, you think it was actually the research notes because it's the song? Do you think that offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother appear?
Take that!
Is it the song? Did the Holy Mother appear and grant spiritual power to him?
Dr. Ruff's research notes? What do they have to do with this?
Look at this. The burning orb, the appearance of the founder. This part points to both. Only thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return.
Take that!
Literal? There's a legend about the orb involving a mysterious riddle, and this song in turn is said to contain the key to solving it. If the legend is true, then I believe the answer lies in this part of the song. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire. Only then shall the Holy Mother return. Well, anyone see where I'm going with this? Light them up. Prayers as fervent as fire. Ah! You're supposed to set the orb on fire? The whole stanza seems to suggest that the founder will appear if the orb is set on fire.
Wait, so the doctor, he...
Yes, Athena. He had solved the ancient riddle of the founder's orb.
Oh my!
Papa was a great archaeologist, so I believe in him. And I want to believe he achieved his long-time dream of solving that riddle before he died.
Well, we don't know for sure until we try it for ourselves.
Yes, do it, Private Justice, please. I want to see what Papa was searching for with my own eyes.
Objection!
The plaintiff must object to this?
Objection!
The plaintiff will stand down and be quiet!
Objection!
You don't have the right to set a precious relic like that on fire!
Objection!
Oh, but I do. All I needed was Sarge's permission. Since we still don't know if this treasure is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Amy Faye, any ownership rights the Doctor had now belong to his daughter. Therefore, you have absolutely no right to stop us. I'm lighting it up.
Very well, Mr. Justice. I never thought I'd be saying this, but you may burn the evidence.
All right, here we go. It's a good thing you got that Zippo. Look,
Apollo, the inside of the orb. It's melting.
there's something in there. Are we gonna see the face of the Holy Mother? Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Oh, she has a face. Ah! Dirk, isn't she? Her garb leaves no room for doubt. It's the Founder herself, face and all. That means you could channel the Holy Mother! I don't understand. The greatest of taboos in Kurainism is the depiction of the Founder's face. Yet here it is, hidden within this orb. Alright, everybody, don't look at that. Go back in the past and don't look at the thing that just happened. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but as you can see, the issue is crystal clear. This figure is the Holy Mother, founder of Kurainism. And based on that, this must be none other than the Founder's orb.
Objection!
Be that as it may, Mr. Rebel still may have killed the Doctor. If so, it would render the orb transfer agreement null and void. Don't play dumb, Mr. Wright. The truth of the matter has already been proven. Dr. Buff wasn't killed right after Sarge saw Mr. Rebel. It happened after the Doctor came back from hiding the orb. And you've no proof that Mr. Rebel was still around at that time. You claim that the Defiant Dragons were behind the crime doesn't hold water. And that means the orb transfer agreement is still perfectly valid. Admit it, Mr. Wright. I just burned your whole case to the ground. Oh, no! Wait a second. What's Paul doing up on the stand? I won? I actually won?
Mr. Wright, would you care to respond?
respond. I didn't think so.
Wait, did we just win? Did we actually beat the Turnabout Terror? You're amazing, Apollo.
Don't just stand there, right? Do something! Well, I don't think there's any digging out of this hole. Mr. Addison Wimperson, I think it's time for your concession speech. I have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the Founder's Orb. The facts don't lie, but you obviously do. How's that for a campaign slogan? Why, you contemptuous peasant?
I think this is a good time to wrap up this trial. If both parties have no further objections, I will render my verdict.
He's gonna object. He's gonna object to me right now. He's just gonna do it. No objections here, Your Honor. Hold it. You can't do this. The crystal is mine. I'll lose the election if I lose that crystal. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing more I can do. You haven't forgotten about our little chat, have you? What's going on here?
Objection!
Your Honor, I object to the defense's last claim. What? I don't believe they have truly proven that the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I don't think even you could bluff your way out of this one. What possible argument could you have to claim that this isn't the Founder's Orb? About that. Oh, of course. He can't possibly have hit on something. The defense's assertion is incomplete, and this is why. The defense is basing their claim that this relic is the Founder's Orb on a legend. And that legend claims that the Founder will return when the riddle is solved at last. Right, and that's what happened. The Founder was revealed for all to see. I solved it. I solved the riddle. I have the smarty brain! But Mr. Justice, what about the rest of the legend? Huh? According to the legend, once the Founder returned, she would bestow spiritual power onto the person who solved the riddle. You're kidding, right? Well, Mr. Justice, do you feel great spiritual power coursing through your veins? No, not any more than usual. I mean, I feel alright. But receiving spiritual powers and stuff, it's all just mystic mumbo jumbo, right? Maybe so, but you're the one basing your claim on said legend. And what we saw here does not fully fulfill it, does it? No, but consequently, you cannot rightfully claim that this is the Founder's Orb. Wake up, Paul! I don't think anybody's very impressed, actually. What's gotten into him? Why is Mr. Wright doing this?
It would appear that Mr. Wright has lost a few of his marbles.
That couldn't be further from the truth, Your Honor.
In any case, I believe this is a good time for a recess. Both sides will have 20 minutes to prepare. I ask that all arguments be ready by then. Oh, and Mr. Wright, you do well to wash up and find your missing marbles by then, too.